Hey, what's up guys, it's SNipEz. Welcome to a new tutorial on how to make a small modern house. So this house will be kind of like some of the old houses I've made. It's going to be using all snow basically and then glass panes for the windows. So let's get started. Let's start off with the traditional doorway that we usually always start off with. In front of it we're going to come just like this above the doorway. And then right here, let's see, how could we do this? Have it to where up here comes over maybe 5 or 6 like that, and have it come up 4, so it should be even with the first floor like this. So we should have 3 blocks of headroom on the bottom floor, and then we should have 4 blocks up top. So if we did place one right here, which we're gonna do, now we're gonna have this come back across just like that. Oh, we actually want to have it, let me come back to where it begins, so right here. I'm going to turn on my fan. It's extremely hot in my room. Alright, wow, that's so much better. Alright, so now that we have that, we're going to make this too wide, coming back. Alright, and now let's go to sleep so we can get rid of this rain and the nighttime. Like the worst possible combination, darkness and rain. But at least we can sleep through it. Alright, so let's see, what could we do now? So here by the front door, let's make a little unique design. It's going to be like a little U shape, if that makes sense. So one right here, have it come across to here, have it come out towards even with here. How's that look? Let's move it up 1 block. I'm not liking it that far back. Let's get rid of the one behind it. Okay, does that look any better? Let's move it in 1 block. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to mess you guys up. I'm just trying to make sure you guys get the best looking house possible. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm liking that. Alright, so over here on the left side of the house, just up here, we're going to extend this out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. Have it come back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And have it come down and connect to the ground. So just like that, now we should be even. Let's see, what else could we do? Let's make another U right over here. 2, 3, 4. And then let's make another one right over here. So we should corner it just like that. Then we can make like a little balcony right here. Okay, so let's see. Let's take out the glass panes. And the glass panes are going to come on the left side right here. Then stack it all the way up to where it's going to meet up with the snow up top. Just like this. Alright, so that's done. That's looking pretty good so far. Right here, we're going to take some more glass panes out and then stack them up on this little weird shape on the right side. Let's put them in the U shape right here. And the U shape, the 2 U shapes right here. Alright, so then right here, where we can make the balcony, we're going to use the snow, then have it come all the way across like that. So now we don't have a little open spot right there. Alright, let's see, what could we do now? So let's move this back a little bit, to where it's going to be even with this one right over here. Then have it connect just like that from... So basically what I just did was, you see how we had this weird shape right here? It kind of looks like a tube if we made the bottom of it. We're kind of just making it just like this one right over here. Then we're going to take the glass panes out. Glass panes are going to go in the same spot as the window up above. So on the inside block, closest to the inside of the house. Let's make this row come up and connect with the snow. Alright, how's that looking so far? Alright, so it's looking pretty good so far. Hopefully you guys are liking it. Alright, so let's move this back. Let's see, let's come diagonal. No, yeah, let's come diagonal this way. Lay down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to turn it just like this. You might notice I didn't place the corner block, and we're going to do that on purpose. And then we're going to have this come all the way even to where, even with the doorway right here. Then we're going to make another doorway to the back part of the house. make this over here. Let's stack these up 4 tall. I guess 3 tall now. So we're gonna do this on every single wall that we just made. So this is the doorway. We can make that here in a second. Doorways are pretty easy to make, not like they're very difficult. Okay. Alright, so let's make the doorway right here. So the doorway should be in the exact same spot as the front door. Let's move this back to here. Then we're going to have this come in 3. So we're not going to be right in front of this block. We're going to be 1 block off the corner pieces. But then once we get to the end of the doorway right here, on the other side, we're going to have it come back to where we're going to connect it, like that. We're going to have this come back. Oh, misplaced that one. Come over here like this. And then you might notice that I put these 2 blocks right here on top of the wall, but we're not actually going to make the wall onto this wall. We're actually going to make it 1 block behind, but we're going to keep those same blocks here that are attached to the wall. So that is intentional. Alright, so let's stack these walls up, just like we did with all the other walls. So stack them up 3 taller, since we already made the first row. Alright, doing this pretty quick. Yeah, tomorrow is actually my 1 year for my channel. I started my channel on, what is the date? July or June? I believe it's June, isn't it? Yeah. So I started my channel on June 6th, and it's June 5th. And so I might have a little 1 year video coming out tomorrow. We'll see if I can come up with anything. Alright, so all the walls are made. Then over here, let's just fill this stuff in right here with snow, so you can't see into the house from the outside besides through the windows. Alright, so we want to add some windows in the back because, as you can see, way too many walls back here. So right here, we're going to make a pretty big window to where we're going to have 1 block on each side. Let's make like the 2x1 windows right here. Works out perfectly. Fill them in with the glass panes. We're not going to add a window right here. We want to add a doorway right here, since this is going to be a balcony. So take the glass panes out and use the glass panes for the railing as well. Alright, so let's see. What else could we do? Alright, I think it's time for the roof. We could add some more windows down here. So if we just make like some pillars right here for a little bit more decoration, we can make like some small windows just like these. Put the glass panes in. A little bit different, unique for, or designed for windows. Usually I go always 2 tall, but for those we're just going to go 1 tall and then 2 wide. Alright, so let's make the roof. The roof is basically done in the front, but let's continue making it. So once you get over to these windows, what we're going to do is put snow on top of the windows, just like this, over the U-shaped windows. Then once you get over those, we can drop it down to where the roof should actually be. So let's continue making the roof go all the way around. You guys might notice that I'm doing a little overhang, and I usually do these on all my houses, just because I really think the overhangs really make it look better, but that's just my opinion. Some people might think differently. Let's get rid of the overhang right here. That doesn't really look too good, having it 3 wide. Alright, so then what we're going to do, we're going to fill all this in. Let's take some swiftness 4, swiftness 2 I guess. And then we're going to fill in the entire roof. And then we will, once you get to the U-shapes, what we're going to do is actually just move all these back, just like this. So the U-shaped windows are always 1 block higher, so this counts as the roof as well. I mean, some of this stuff is a little bit harder to explain, just because some of this is, it's just, some of the stuff is just really hard to explain. I'm not sure how to describe it sometimes. Alright, so let's start filling everything else in. Alright, there we go. So this is our small modern house. Some people might think this is a pretty big house. It all depends on your opinion of a big house and a small house. What we're actually going to do is have the glass come up one more to connect, because we're going to keep the U shape for the windows. So just like that. I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so how's everything looking? Yeah, pretty good. You could fit this in a small little neighborhood. Alright, so let's make the inside. So the inside, we're going to get rid of all this grass right here, like we usually do. Because we don't want a grass floor. I mean, who wants a grass floor? That's just lame. Let's make sure we get underneath the windows as well. Okay, so we're almost done with getting rid of some of this grass. Now we're going to use spruce wood planks for the floor. The second floor is going to be made out of spruce wood planks as well. Alright, so we're almost done with the floor. Again, make sure you get underneath the windows. We don't want to have grass underneath the windows. Alright, so we're looking good. Let's take out our spruce wood. Our spruce wood planks. So, there has been some news on the new Title 12 update coming out for the 360. And so, it is confirmed that we will have upside down stairs, upside down slabs as well. Ocelots are confirmed. There is a picture that 4J posted on their Twitter showing some of the new stuff. Iron golems will be in it as well. Texture packs are confirmed. 4J did confirm those as well. The height limit is actually going to be doubled, apparently, is what 4J said. So that's a great thing, especially if you have like a city. I think a really cool addition would be also if you can change, like on a flat map, if you don't want to have bedrock being only 3 blocks away from the surface. So if you could change that, like make that custom, that'd be awesome as well. Alright, so the second floor is going to be going even right here. So you should have 3 blocks of headroom on the bottom floor. But where was I? So we talked about the texture packs, ocelots, iron golems. I forgot what I was talking about now. They did say that they are working really hard on this, and I already know they're going to make it the best they can. And they did confirm that it will not come out this month. I mean, that's perfectly fine. They're adding a lot of stuff in the Title 12 update, so I really wasn't expecting it anyways to come out this month, just because with that much stuff they're adding, that's a lot of stuff to be adding into an update, and so I'm fine with them taking their time on it just to make it the best they possibly can make it. Alright, so this is the second floor. Let's make the stairs somewhere. So the stairs could be like right here. So if we take out some, let's use birchwood stairs and start them right here, coming down. Let's have them come down to the first floor. That's pretty good. I'm liking that. Alright, then let's take out the snow and then cover up the stairs, front and back. So you can't see the actual stairs themselves. Oh, misplaced a block. Alright, let's take a bed out and sleep real quick. Whoop. Alright. Alright, now time is over. Alright, so let's see. We can make the kitchen right over here. Yeah, so let's make the kitchen right here. So for the kitchen, we're going to use gray wool. No, I've used gray wool a lot lately for houses, or for kitchens at least. Let's use, what should we use? We will need cauldrons, we will need brewing stand, furnaces of course, and a workbench. And then let's use regular pistons. Let's lay down the regular pistons. Just like this. Let's put the cauldrons in here somewhere. Like right here. This can go right there. Let's put the furnaces down. And then the workbench can go right next to the furnaces. There we go. Now we have our kitchen. We could even do is make a little island here in the middle if you have enough room, which we should have enough room. My house should be the same as yours. Alright, there we go. And just for a little bit of decoration, I'm going to put, if I can find them, cake. Okay, over here is going to be the living area, the living room. For the living room, we're going to use gray wool for the TV, black wool. You will need item frames, and then we'll also need a CD of your choice. So I'm going to use C41813 for the disc. And you'll see why we're going to be using those here in a second. Let's make the TV right here in this little gap. Let's have something holding up the TV. Let's use nether brick fence and place them on the corners like that. Alright, so I meant to use gray wool for the TV, not black wool. We could make the TV even wider if we wanted to. That's a pretty big TV though. So let's just stick with the 3 wide. Alright, then the speakers are going to go on the sides. Use the black wool. Then put the item frames on the top and bottom blocks. And now is when you place the CDs in them to look like the speakers. That's something new I've been using. Alright, then let's use cyan wool and sandstone slabs for a little seat. So the seat's going to be just like this. Oop. Just like that. Then put the slabs down. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's take out a chest. And then we can just put like a chest like right here. Nah, I'm not liking that. I mean, you can't put one there if you want. You can place a chest right here. I mean, that's a pretty good spot for it. I'm trying to think of like what else we could add in here. We could add some bookshelves for a little bit more color. So if you want to add some bookshelves, go ahead and do that. Again, I'm not great at interior. Let's take out some wooden doors and place these down. Alright, let's go upstairs to the bedroom. Let's place a door right here for the balcony. Let's take out some beds. We're going to use 2 beds. The beds are going to go right here. It seems like a pretty good spot for them. We could make another little sitting area. Let's use cyan wool again and stone slabs. Make a little sitting area again, just like right here. I mean, that looks pretty good. We can even make it a little weird design too as well. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty unique design. You're not going to see that everywhere. Then let's take out the snow, and then we're going to make a little balcony using the snow so you don't fall down the stairs. That looks pretty good. Let's take out a couple chests so we can, and a workbench or a crafting table. Put the crafting table here, or maybe even on the sides of the bed. And we can put like some slabs around it if we really wanted to, like that. Yeah, that's pretty nice, I guess. Let's put some bookshelves right next to here. Alright, and then we can place the chest right here in the corner. Alright, so hopefully you guys like the small modern house. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for a small modern house because the past couple houses I've done, they have been mansions. And so it was time to bring back the small modern houses. So hopefully you guys liked the video. Please rate and subscribe. Remember, stay tuned in Friday when I make another house. Again, I make houses every Wednesday and Friday. And so thanks for watching, guys. Please rate and subscribe.